if this is true or not. So before we take off for a fun weekend, let's just go over a few things.
What are you? Are you a dog?
And please, know our ruling. We know how much you hate us like to our ruling. Remember, $350 fine. And please remember that ACE cannot be responsible for any breakage, damage, or loss, including theft of your personal property during the event.
Oh my God! Come back here, you guys!
And remember, we want everybody to be safe this weekend, so please, no wild stampedes. We can't afford another Lion King incident. Is it still too soon for that? And please remember that alcohol not bought inside the Hampton Inn is not allowed inside the Hampton Inn ballrooms. So have fun, but please be safe. But let's not forget some of the fun events we're going to have this weekend. Get ready for the lip sync battle, a battle between your friends to see who's the best. And let's take it to the floor where you'll have a dance-off between your friends. We'll also be having a variety show where you can show off your talents. Show us what you got. We have lots of plans for a fun weekend, so if you're ready, let's take off, Ace. Welcome to the Anthro Crossroads East. All right, so how do I get lights on here? There we go, wow.
Oh, hello.
All right, so let me also get notes up here because middle age is a cruel master and the memory is the first thing to go. So first things first, I've got to put a couple disclaimers out here. If you are my staff, you already know this. First things first, Cutter may swear. Don't take this the wrong way, but you just cannot retrain those neurons. I will try to catch them before they come out. Secondly, especially for this event, and there we go. Cutter may start crying. We're going to deal with this. And if you're on my staff, get those cameras up because you're not going to see this again anytime in the near future. So first and foremost, welcome to Anthro Crossroads East. This has been a very long trip. Some of us have been on more recently. Some of us have been on since the beginning.
Do it.
I'm not going to intensify the crying, sorry.
Get over it.
Video blackmailers. Oh, look, it's going away. Perfect. You know, a cardiac episode kills part of your heart in 2008. Now you just have those little zombie moments where it comes back, but we've squashed it. So, how did we get here? So for some of you, how many of you, ACE is your first experience with Tarpaw Furmeet as an organization? Like, no other meets, howlers eat nothing. This is your first time hanging with us. Oh, look at those hands. Thank all of you. I love everybody in this room, but those first time hands, at least for right now, I love you just that much more. So to kind of get, oh, you're stuck with me, honey. You can't leave. I know where you sleep. And you sleep hard, and I'm a stealthy fat man. Try it. So let's, very quick, I just kind of want to catch you all up as to where we are. This actually began on a June day in 2016. I was sitting in my office. I was watching, just because this is kind of a weird thing, if you remember the old 1966 Spider-Man series, somebody took all those old music tracks and put them together in a YouTube file. And suddenly, something in the back of my mind says, you know what, we need to have a furry convention in the area. You know, we have this group, Triangle Area Furries. First Saturday of every month, they have a picnic, and there's like 60 people there. We can make something happen with 60 people. 60 people can grow. So for about 2 weeks, I put furry conventions together. Get me drunk enough, and I will tell you the story, and you're paying for the therapy afterwards. After about 2 weeks, I put together some logistics and some plans and some things, and then I called Ian Otter. And we had the July pull-in picnic. So he came back to my house to hang out, and after about 3 or 4 hours, I said, you know what, we need to have a convention, and I love you.
Oh no. I said, no, this is crazy.
You don't want to do this. You don't want to do this. This is crazy. It'll fail. You'll lose money. It's like, yeah, no, I won't do that. I'm miserly. Trust me, I will find a way to make it profitable. So after about 2 hours of henpecking and nagging, I finally got him on board and kind of dumped the information that I had. Folks around the outside, come in. We'll find space for you somewhere. It's a big room.
Welcome aboard.
So by the end of the night, yeah.
Hey guys, can we circle around the room a little bit, make some room over on the side? Thank you.
Thank you.
So by the end of that night, around 4 a.m., we had all of the logistics up in place. We had the Twitter, like any social media, we grabbed the name Tarpaw Furmeet on. We had a code of conduct. We had everything in place for what we called Tarpaw 1. Tarpaw 1 was kind of the test the water events. That is to say, can we put together an event and Cutter does not lose his shirt? Because believe me, you don't want to see this without a shirt on, at least most of them. So Tarpaw 1 happened, we're not going to be overly political, but Tarpaw 1 happened right after the election in 2016, and a lot of us needed an opportunity to party and just kind of come together. We broke, by the hairs of my chinny chin chin, we broke even. But I decided to push forward. So by this point in time,
I got voluntold.
Ion was on board. My 2 partners, Tim and Drew, were on board handling registration. They were voluntold.
No,
I was voluntold too.
You were coaxed forcibly.
That's not the way it happened.
In the parking lot of Tarpaw 1, I had 2 people say, can we help, can we help, can we help? And yeah, wouldn't you know, I just bought about 6 or 7 orange vests in various sizes. So Mikey joined us and Merck joined us doing parking control. I can stand up, please. You're all standing up in a bit. Hold with me.
all right.
We started to plan the 2017 events, and the idea was, I knew everybody wanted a con, and this is kind of one of those, my staff has heard this again and again and again, and don't think, so quick thing, if you know anybody who knows how to create acetate badges on the cheap, ideally for cost, please let me know, because our contact is graduating and she is leaving her machine behind to go to the West Coast. When I tell you all on staff, I'm making you keychains that says trust the badger, I'm not bullshitting on that. I just need to get that order to Lyra and get that taken care of. This was a big giant trust the badger moment. Because I've been telling everybody from the beginning, we will have a con, we will have a con, we will have a con. We have to build up to it first. In other words, we're not going to dive straight in. I know of several cons that did exactly that, and they wound up in the red and they crashed. That's why if you look them up on Wikipedia, they have 1 year, $10,000, and they made $2,000 back. And the organizer said, wait a minute, I don't like losing $8,000. That's not a real con, by the way, but hypothetical situation. So we started building small. We did the models last year where we had one night at the Elks Lodge, we had a night out here for the welcome dance, and then we met out at Pullen Park for this kind of, hangout picnic. And we started growing. We started adding staff. And finally, I said in October, it's like, you know what? Let's do it. Con mode. We found the weekend. We found everything. Believe me. If you want to plan a furry convention, get a calendar, get a map, and look for the appropriate intersection where the two don't overlap. It is not that easy. Some legacy cons have the ideal placement. So we started putting this together. And again, we are in a small hotel. If you were at our events last year, we began on Friday night in this very ballroom by doing a welcome dance. And now we're here, we've got the whole space for the whole weekend to do our first full convention. And wait until Sunday. It's really hard. If you know me, you know I hate keeping secrets, and you know I've got a big blabbermouth. Wait until Sunday. That is all I am going to say on that. So here we are. We are finally at the point where we have our full convention. And it's kind of been, we've been doing it on the cheap. We've been doing it hand to mouth. We've had lots of kind of internal fights about spending money, and I have to be the one, we don't have the money, we don't have the money. God damn it, Cutter, you're so tight. It's like, well, yeah, because we're not going in the red. We're not going to be that con. I'm not going to put out a GoFundMe to save us when we're $10,000 in the red. So here we are. Thank all of you. This is just the beginning. This is our inaugural flight, the first of many. So thank all of you. things that I want to do with this con is rewrite the playbook. A lot of furry conventions are kind of based on the sci-fi cons of the 70s and the 80s, and those traditions have carried forward. I kind of want to rewrite the playbook. That's one of our big things that we're trying to do with this event. We don't want to be the new age furry convention, but we kind of want to adapt for the times. So let me say first and foremost, we do have a hashtag this weekend. Hashtag ACEFurcon, ACEFurcon. If you can tag everything, it makes it easier to find on Facebook, easier to find on Twitter. Now, let me introduce you to the people who helped make this happen. This is in no order. This was me in my chair up in my room about 2 hours ago, looking at Telegram and looking at all the names on Telegram shift as they were participating. So, I verified with 2 of my staff. This is a complete list, but the order is random. Wherever you were in Telegram when I started doing this is where you are on this list. I love all of you equally. I'm sorry that Telegram doesn't. So first and foremost, up here next to me, and I had to give him top billing because he was the first staff person to join me, is Ion Otter. He is our assistant director. He is me when I cannot be there, and I am too cheap to clone myself, and 2 fat guys is too much right now. So. Let me ask for staff. Please come up and join us up here. We got a lot of room, but you've been at a table at Stromboli's for our staff meetings. We can do a lot in a small space with our bodies. Next up is our head of animal control, Merc, who is just there and vanished. There you are. Up next is our head of programming, and if you see me taking my backpack off, yes, you should be nervous. One of the cool things that I love about doing this con is I get to go out shopping. And sometimes when I go out shopping, I will see things and that thing says, you need to buy me for someone. And in this case, our head of programming, Mikey, listen, gravity always works. It's one thing you depend on. Our head of programming, Mikey. So Mikey, please come up. Mikey, as I was buying things for ConSuite last night, I saw this, and it said, buy me for him. You can take it out of the bag.
All right. Drum roll.
It's like your birthday. Everybody's on with your camera phone.
Death by Deep Thank you, by the way.
You are very welcome. Thank you. Next up are 2 people who not only make this con run, but they make my life run.
God damn it. Who's cutting the onions? Who's cutting onions?
Don't tell me, goddammit. Goddammit, for you starting this. You were the one who said yes when I asked you in a relationship. So, take yours. 2/3 of the team that we have come to call the Reg Bears. Our registration, these are the first faces that you encounter no matter when we are having an event, at least until I can get more volunteers for them. I'm working on it, I promise. So, I need my arm back. I appreciate the affection, but I can't operate this from a distance. Next up is our 3rd member. So he's a squirrel, but technically he's a bear. Jeff. Next up is our volunteer coordinator, Chesney. And I'm not being narcissistic. Next up is our event photographer, Cosmo Fox. Next up is our videographer, who's going to have to go on autopilot for a few minutes, Gail, the horrible punroo. You are so lucky the mic is not that sensitive. You are all welcome.
What was that?
I said nothing.
She said horrible.
So, next up is our medical and first aid lead, a woman so dangerous you do not want to piss her off because she will break something if she punches you. Sarah, where are you? You just... There you are.
saying, Sarah, help me. Y'all are gonna make me break every bone in all my hands, okay?
Gail, would you please drop that GIF in Tarpaw? I'm sorry.
No.
In Anthro howlers chat. Spread it to everyone. We can't just have Mikey GIFs. Come on. All right. Next up is our head of IT, Lupus. Next up, our most recent sucker, our new head of operations, Jeff Fafa. And Jeff, come up here. Something last night said, Biden for him. Uh-oh. Y'all, I love you, but for future cons, now that I'm not doing the shopping 24 hours in advance, I will start looking for more things for more people. Next up,
Don't break
is
them.
our head of gaming, Furcon. Next up is our fursuit lead, Draconis. There he is. Behind me, and I'm going to step aside, is Knowles, our DJ. Sponsors and super sponsors, I'm going to talk to you in a bit. However, for right now, we would like to recognize Honey, who is running the con suite. And finally, if you've ever seen BoJack Horseman, this is a crossover episode. Fresh to us from Midwest Fur Fest is Brendan Mohawk, who is running our dealer's room. You know what? I had her on the list and I scaled. All right, so one more. Tantrum is running our charity auction. You're on the list. I swear I just scrolled over. And thank you, by the way. I know one is here, the others may not. We have some people who are on staff who do not have staff titles. They do not have the time to sacrifice red. They're smart. But they sit in the staff chat room. So just to recognize them, Dayani, Stakoa, Redneck, and Sebek. Now, we're going to have to do this fast, and you all are witness to what's been a very special ritual for those of us on staff. Tarpaw 2, the prom theme that we had, Howlers Eve 1. Usually I get to do this at about 3 o'clock on a Friday afternoon in an all-hands meeting. Unfortunately, because we started at 9 a.m. this morning, and most of us were up all night to begin with, we did not have time for an all-hands. So what I do is I always do some kind of a special thank you badge for my staff. I can't do much. You're going to hear that theme reflected in just a bit for a few other things. But I always do a thank you badge for my staff. So in other words, sponsors and super sponsors get one. I do a special variant color that is only reserved for staff. So this is the badging ceremony. Unfortunately, you've already been introduced and everything. Let me show these off. So, oh yes, very pretty. So one of the things about our theme, for my job, I do a lot of flying. And it just so happened I was picking up a flight and I saw a little child, right, this is like September, and I was kind of thinking about the theme, aviation, we're North Carolina, the birthplace of flight. When someone cuts you off on 40 or 440 on your way out, look at that license plate. Before you give the middle finger, look at what's written below it, first in flight. So I was thinking, it's like, how cool wouldn't it be if we all had wings? What's up when we fly? I'm like 45 years old, one second. I'm like 45 years old, and I still ask the flight attendant, do you have any plastic wings? So here I am, old, fat, shaved head, middle-aged. I'm walking off like I'm 7 years old. So we wanted to do wings, and this is a very special theme because this is our first of many full-fledged conventions, and I'm sorry, y'all gotta look at backside for a second because I want to make eye contact.
Morning
onions, more onions.
Oh, darn! No one can see me with a camera right now. Well, shit.
Yes, I can.
You all made this possible. From November 2016 to now, Jesus Christ. From November 2016 to now, you all made this possible. And it's been a rough month. We have rubbed each other the wrong way several times. Some of us have had yelling matches at each other, even as early as 3:30 this morning. But I want you to know, you all matter to me. You all are important to me. I could not have done this without you. And like I said, our rule for this weekend is what, Tim?
It is.
What's this weekend?
To get through the weekend with the convention intact and friendships intact.
So, as I send you back to your seats, I'm going to hand these off. I know it's quick. I wish I had time to do more, but I want to thank Mark. I want to thank each and every one of you. This would not be possible without any of you. We are a team. We are a single cohesive unit. And this would not be possible without every single person standing in front of me. So, if you see orange wings, please take a moment to thank them. Everybody has done a lot of stuff. You know, the one thing about good comm management, and I'm still trying to train my staff on this, if you don't see a fire, that person has done their job well. A lot of you didn't see fires, and again, eye contact moment. A lot of you didn't see fires behind the scenes. So, that is what we want. And no, we're not doing a firefighting motif for another con. 2019 is already planned. I've got stuff printed, contracts signed. So we can talk firefighters for 2020, maybe. Okay, everybody got wings, right? I don't want anybody hurt. DJ. Oh, right. And our first person. All right. Thank all of you. Okay, go ahead and have a seat. Because I know I am notoriously long-winded. I'm going to try to keep this as mercifully short as I can. And God damn it, I'm not crying anymore.
Yes, you are.
Bullshit.
I thought y'all were just real big fans of Aerosmith.
Oh, right. I'm so sorry I forgot to get you. I'm a teacher by trade. That was a horrible thing. No, not big fans of her. I think they were okay. But from the classic rock era, I'm more of a Rush dude myself, personally.
Just them badges, they look a lot like Aerosmith.
A little bit.
Yeah.
All right, so I have had requests from several of the staff to come up and tell you about things they're doing this weekend. First of all, Knowles, do you have a microphone back there?
Sure.
You do? You're the DJ?
Can everyone hear me? Great. So I'd like to know, who's ready for the dances this weekend? We've got an excellent DJ lineup for you. Actually, I think some of the DJs are present right now. So we've got Spike Pat, if you could stand up. We've got Finn, here to bring the hard bass, who's not present. We've got Edgewise, all the way from Austin, Texas. I'll be playing tonight as well. And then tomorrow we've got Cyanide, who will be playing some great music for you. We've got Kanu. And then closing the night out, we've got Genki. So be ready for that. It's going to be some very fast, very awesome music. So come on down, dance. It's going to be awesome.
All right, next request is from Lupus. Anyway, she said it, not me.
So I just want to let you guys know, over in the game room, we do have a VR showcase for this con. So if you come out, you can sign up. You get to play either with an Oculus Rift or an HTC Vive. We have a whole host of games. What's that?
Also PSVR.
We also have a PlayStation VR. So we have a whole host of VR games that you guys can play. So just come down, sign up, and get yourself involved. It's a lot of fun.
And finally, the person who pretty much created all of the entertainment you are enjoying this weekend is Mikey.
I have to say, I think I need that. Hi, everyone. Okay, that was pathetic. Do it again. Come on, more energy. Hi, everyone. Much better. Okay, so I'm here to shamelessly plug my events because that's what I do. So, tonight, starting at 8, we do have a lip sync battle. I need 5 more people signed up. Please, I'm begging you to sign up or I will force you to sign up. You won't like me if I do. Just to give you a heads up. We have a station out there that has all the sign-up forms for the dance battle, which will be tomorrow from 5 to 7. And we also have a talent show as well that I still need people for. We're doing a open rehearsal and slash, if you want to come in and try out, it's going to be tomorrow from 1 to 2 in this room. And we actually have a new modification to the schedule as well. We will be doing a fursuit parade tomorrow from 1 to 2. Hosted by this gentleman right here, so give him a round of applause. So, just to give you a heads up on some of the main events that we have coming in, we have Who's Fork right after this, which is going to be hilarious as hell, so make sure you stay over for it. Tomorrow we have the dance battle, we have Fursuit Games hosted by I'm also hosting the dance battle as well, because I'm awesome like that. And we also have Furryoke tomorrow, so that means you all get drunk and sing songs.